Thanks a lot. How's everyone doing? Feels good to be the guy that goes right before the coffee break. You know, everyone's super pumped. They're bringing up my presentation, so anyone else feel that there's a joke that's going to come right next because it feels like you're in a comedy club, and you are, and you just think the next thing's going to be a joke and a punchline? It's not. It's more things about sales. All right, so today we're going to be talking about how do you grow high-performing reps from scratch. When we started ToutApp, when I started ToutApp early on, we tried both. And especially when you're starting out as a founder like myself who comes more from an engineering background, you're building out your sales function, and you're like, I know, I'm going to get this awesome salesperson, this really experienced salesperson. And so that's the natural thing that you tend to go with, and that's what we did, but didn't quite work. And I want to talk through why that didn't work and what's a model that we apply to grow our own reps and our own talent and really make people successful inside of ToutApp. But first, some quick context. This is something I do in all of my presentations. All the stuff that's meant to help you and be informative is in white. The promotional stuff is in gray. You can keep me honest. Quick context on ToutApp. We're founded in 2011. We're based in San Francisco. We build software to make salespeople faster, better, stronger. We help empower them. The way we do that is through this thing that's what we call badass tracking. We'll follow someone that you're emailing, from the email to the website, right down to presentations, everything. And we help you make decisions based on that. And then we present a nice little chart. So to build ToutApp and to build that and to sell to salespeople, the first thing we tried to do was actually hire that experienced rep, that person that just knows a lot about selling. Didn't work, and I'll talk about why. And then what we did is like, you know what, screw it. Let's just hire really smart people, hire the right type of person that doesn't have any sales background. And we'll talk about why that worked. So experienced rep came with a ton of baggage. This is not just based on one data point. I polled around and asked around quite a bit. They were probably really successful, maybe at Salesforce or Box or HubSpot. They did really well there. You even checked their W-2, or you were out in the parking lot looking at what car they drive, one of those things. But what you don't realize is they had an immense support system over at where they were, over at Salesforce or Box or wherever they were. And you don't necessarily have that support system at your company that you're building out. So they need a support system. They also need a playbook. They'll sit you down and say, okay, what's the positioning? Who are the competitors? How are we different? They'll want a playbook that they can actually start executing on as that first experience rep, because they've seen what a highly trained sales team actually, how they actually operate. The thing that you're going to find with an experienced rep is they can sell, they have sold, but they can't necessarily build. They can't build systems, they can't build processes, they can't build up from scratch. And if you're early stage, which I know a good percentage of you are also going out with new products into the market, you're building a ton. You need to conceptually think about how are things going to work. And so they can't really do that, and that was like the biggest deal breaker out of all of these things. You compare that to the inexperienced reps, and I don't say inexperienced in a bad way. All that means is they haven't really sold before. They haven't had a quota, they haven't had to chase after things like that. They didn't have a playbook or a sales manager or any of those things. There's perils of that too. There are cons. The biggest thing is they're millennials, and you can hate on millennials all you want. I'm a millennial. I understand. They still need a support system. They still need a playbook. They can't necessarily sell, and you're just like, wait a minute, this sucks. All of these things and more. But if you hire the right type of people, they can build. They can think conceptually about things. They're super smart, and they can come out with better solutions to your problems than the experienced person, or even the experienced sales manager that's been there, done that, and seen everything.